Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or do the unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnahfollowers, stream it every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnahfollowers.
Assalamu alaikum. Join us this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Ask Sister Layla Live show, brought to you by Ustada Layla Nashiba. This week, we'll be focusing the second installment of a very interesting topic on scrubs and how they seek out older women to manipulate, lie, cheat, and maneuver to scheme. Don't forget, you can join the Zoom room with your questions and catch us streaming on the Sunnahfollowers channel on YouTube and many other platforms. Hope to see you there, inshallah.
In the morning, hands and feet get wet, get wet, get wet, Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet, getting ready for our conversation, deep and in depth. Obligations are serious and need to be met, so I prepare so I won't forget. Go ahead and make a good intention. Yeah. You can wrap up some good things. Yeah. Make a donation to the side and go from left to make it right. Just remember and don't lose sight. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal. You will make it through. Fitra is awaken you. With Quran and Sunnah is a place where you will make it through. You will make it through. Fitra is awaken you. With Quran and Sunnah is a place where you will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah is a place where you will make it through.
Am I? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. I do that every time. Uh, it's a new streaming program that I'm using, and it confuses me. I didn't know I was live. I thought the commercials were still going. Okay, let's get started. Inna alhamdulillah wa salam ala wa rasulallah. I want to welcome everybody to the first class for tonight. This is the most important class of the whole of class taught period, because this is Aqidah. This is your belief system. I want everybody to remember and never, ever, ever forget, if your belief system is not correct, none of your good deeds are accepted by Allah. And that's the difference between why we're the people of paradise and the Christians are not. Let me answer this question that I received right before class. I was a little bit late today because a sister, one of the new shahadas, called me. And I'm doing everything in my power as a daya to try to hold the fitra of the heart of the new shahadas. We have a lot of people that just converted to Islam right before Ramadan. Okay, 25 people. The question is, how many of those 25 will remain Muslim? Because here in America, for those of you who don't know, Sister Wafah, my sister in the United Arab Emirates, we have one out of every, they say, statistics say that 1 out of every 10 Americans is Muslim. 1 out of every 10 Americans are Muslim. That's what the statistics say. But the question is, how many of them are practicing Muslims? Yeah, a lot of people in America have these Arabic names and all of that. A lot of Aminas, Fatimas, Latifas, and all of that here. Okay, but how many of them are practicing Muslims? That's the question, because we have a very high apostasy rate. Because as you guys can see from this class, if the fitra of your heart is not nourished, it will die out. That light will die out. Okay, we have to do what it takes to maintain that light in our heart. You have to fuel it with knowledge. That's the number one thing. And I want all of you new shahadas to understand, Sister Janelle, Sister Sandra, I'm calling them out, some of them, Bahira. I want all of you sisters to understand, you new shahadas. You have to continue to seek knowledge of this religion until you die. When you stop learning about Islam, when you think that you know it all, that's when the fitra of your heart, that light will die out. And you will end up going back to your old ways. And that's why we have such a high apostasy rate. One of the sisters says, yes, amongst women. Well, there's many reasons why we have a high apostasy rate amongst women. And that's worldwide. Number one, it's the brothers. I mean, I have to admit it. A lot of these brothers have broken these women, because instead of these women who speak English, I'm talking about the English speaking women, the Western women. We have a high apostasy rate amongst Western women because, number one, they haven't been seeking knowledge from a woman. Many of them have been seeking their knowledge of Islam from men. And unfortunately, the men that they have been learning from were rigid. The men that broke them of their femininity, of the nature of themselves. They've been learning Islam from men who told them that they couldn't be beautiful, they couldn't wear colors, they have to cover their face, they can't wear makeup, you got to walk 10 feet behind a man, all that garbage. So that's one of the number one reasons why we have a high apostasy rate amongst the women, because they were taking their knowledge from rigid men. But what's the excuse today? Blame it on yourself. I blame the brothers to a certain extent, but now I blame you women, because you got a female daya to learn from. Her name is Layla Nashiba, and I speak grassroots, plain, broke down English. And I've been teaching on this internet since 1986, but you women don't want to learn from a woman. You're too jealous. We can't let go of that other deficiency of ourselves. We're jealous of other women. If we come upon a woman that we believe has more knowledge than us, we back away from her. If we come upon a woman that we think is more beautiful than us, we back away. That's just the nature. Women are like that. They did the same thing to Aisha radiallahu anha. Aisha used to get so angry, because when Islam spread throughout the Roman Empire and the Persian Empire, and Muawiyah, he would send delegations of men and women to learn from Aisha, to Medina, to learn from Aisha, and learn from all the other companions. And the women would go to Ibn Masud rather than come to Aisha and ask her questions about women's issues. They'd go to Ibn Masud, who would give them some broke down answer about women. He would tell them, like that hadith, when he told him if a woman walks in front of a man, she breaks your prayer. And what the women would do is the same thing they do today. They wouldn't come directly to Aisha to learn, okay? Because of jealousy that we have as women. They go to Ibn Masud. And so then when Ibn Masud would say something like that they didn't like, then they'd run to Aisha and say, oh, mother of the believers, Ibn Masud said that if we touch you, your wudu is broke. If we walk in front of you, and then she would say, she would correct it. And then she would say, but I fought you women. Why do you women continue with this? Why do y'all continue to go ask Ibn Masud instead of coming to me? So women haven't changed. Now, when they would go to Ibn Abbas, he'd send them to Aisha. When they went to Ibn Umar, he'd send them to Aisha, but Ibn Masud didn't. And so that's how conflict starts. And that's why when Umar, radiallahu anhu, became the caliph, he stopped that. He said from this moment on, any questions about women's issues, any questions about marriage, about the family, any questions relating to a woman, y'all take it to Aisha. He appointed Aisha as the scholar of fiqh over women's issues. Umar put his foot down on that. Okay? That's why I say we need another Umar, radiallahu anhu. He didn't put up with that garbage. But women haven't changed. You sisters, instead of coming to me to learn your religion, y'all rather go to these brothers who got issues, and y'all rather ask them questions about menses when they don't even know what a menses is. You rather ask them questions about marriage, divorce with women instead of coming to me. But y'all run to me when they give you a bad answer. Just like that brother in Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, y'all know the one I'm talking about. When one of my Bantus, oh yeah, it was my Bantu. One of my Bantus went to the brother in Saudi Arabia who does the Q&A, and y'all asked him about your braids. And then when he gave you that fatwa telling you that it's haram because he didn't know what braids are, he should have just said he didn't know. But you know, men suffer with ego. Just like we women have emotional problems, we can't control jealousy. Men got an ego problem. It's hard for them to say, I don't know what you're talking about, sister. That's not my culture. I am not an African. I can't answer questions about braids because I'm not familiar with it. My wife never wore braids. I don't know what they look like. Instead of him saying that, you asked him about your braids and he told you it's haram. He told you it's haram for a woman to wear braids. And that answer of his went viral on TikTok. But it's your fault. I blame you sisters. Why would you ask him? He ain't African. He probably ain't never seen an African woman's hair. He don't know nothing about culture, the culture of Africa. Gaza is an illustration of that. All they know is Gaza. But you chose to ask him, and he told you it's haram to wear French braids. You should have asked Layla. Just like Aisha used to tell him, you should have asked me. Why did you ask Ibn Masud? You should have came to me. I'm the woman. He's not. I was married to the prophet. He wasn't. I'm the woman. I know about black culture. I'm half black. I'm half Arab and half black. Well, really, I'm 35% Viking, 30% Arabic, and then the rest is Bantu. So you should have asked me. I'm multi-ethnic. I can tell you about all cultures. But no, that jealousy gets in the way. So you women, what is your excuse today? So I'm saying this to the new shahadas. What you sisters are gonna have to do is stay here and learn this deen. You don't need no 3, 4, 5 teachers because that's too much. People teach differently. People are not on the same level in their understanding and their knowledge. So you need to stay here. Since I'm breaking it down to you in plain, simple English, none of that Arabic. I'm giving you the dalil for everything I'm teaching, the hadiths. If there's something that we don't understand, I can just get on that phone and make a phone call to a real scholar of the ulama. So what's the point? Because I ain't got a problem saying I don't know. I ain't going to tell you braids are haram. And by the way, the same for you brothers. Because one of the new brothers asked me, what is this? They got another fatwa out now? That brother in Saudi, he told you, brothers, y'all can't wear braids, is imitating women. What's this? Anybody in my Zoom room, what's this fatwa that Brother Ibrahim sent me? That brother said that men wearing braids is imitating a woman? Y'all got to stop that. If people tell you that something is haram, they have to give evidence. This is the number one rule of Islam. Only Allah has the authority to make something haram. Not a scholar. Not me. And if anyone ever uses the word haram, they have to bring the clear proof. So if this brother told you men that y'all can't wear braids because y'all imitating a woman, where was his dalil? See, y'all run to me. What you should have asked the brother, where's your dalil? By the way, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was he gay? Was the Prophet gay? He used to wear his hair in braids. I can give you about 6 or 7 hadiths. First of all, when he migrated to Medina, he had his hair in braids. Oh yeah, that hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. There's another hadith where Aisha radiallahu anha used to braid the Prophet's hair. She would oil it, brush it, comb it, and braid it. That's Sahih Muslim too. So, I want all of you new shahadas, male and female, because I got a couple of men in here too. They're really young kids. They're 18, 19. You brothers take heed too. If anyone tells you something is haram or something is imitating the opposite sex or gender or something, tell them to bring the dalil, because the reality is this. We have reverted back to tribalism, just like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we would. What's going on in the world is an example. Everybody's just concerned with Gaza. Nobody cares about the Sudan, the genocide that's been happening for years there, or the Congo, or Nigeria, or Somalia, or the one that I got 2% in, begins with the E, Eritrea. Nobody cares about Africa. And they also don't know anything about African culture. They don't know anything about African American culture, nor Black culture, period. So you people have to wake up and smell the coffee. It's getting ready to get even worse. Oh, yeah. So if somebody tells you something's haram and they don't produce the verse from the Quran that clearly says it, or the hadith, you say thank you and walk away. Most things in life are lawful. Y'all understand that? So for the brother Ibrahim about the braids, there's nothing wrong with you wearing braids. You are not gay. Sad. Oh, culture. Sad. All right. So one of the new shahadas right before class, she called me. Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah. Like I said, for these people that make these comments, like Mina said, she said there's a man on YouTube saying that men can't learn from a woman. Well, I guess that brother never heard of Aisha radiallahu anha. He never heard of Salama radiallahu anha. He knows nothing about Zainab, the stepdaughter of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he doesn't even know anything about the four imams either, although they always quote them. Imam Malik, who was one of his teachers. One of his teachers was Asma, who was one of the 300 scholars produced by Aisha, radiallahu anha. You know, so like I tell y'all, these ignorant people that's on YouTube and these famous brothers and famous scholars and fame, hit it, David, fame. What did David Bowie say about fame? Fame. It's just sad. If they don't give the Dalil, guys, just smile and walk away, because these are the days of the Ruwaybida. As the Prophet said, the people that will issue fatwas. Fatwa is an Arabic word that means Islamic verdicts. They will issue Islamic verdicts that go against what I said, what Allah said. They will make things unlawful that Allah never made unlawful. And they will not even understand the basics of Islam. These are the days of the Ruwaybida. Y'all have to be careful who y'all learning from and listening to on YouTube and TikTok. That's why I use PowerPoint. Hello. We PowerPoint people here because Islam is the prove it religion. We are people of dalil, of evidence. We prove it. We don't just speak without evidence. All right. Now, the new sister called me and asked me, and this, I'm going to answer this question. I answered it before, but by, you guys are the new shahadas in here listening to me now. Who did that? I want to know who did this. For the people in Zoom, that had to be a moderator. Who's a moderator in there?
I'll click it by mistake.
Well, leave it on for now. But I keep getting this every day. And I knew it wasn't, but you can keep it on since I want to hear. One of the new shahadas called me right before class, and she said, Sister Layla, I got into a debate with my mother. Her mother is a Christian. And she said, my mother said, why is it that you are part of this hypocrisy? She referred to the religion of Islam as being a religion of hypocrisy. She said, my mother said that this was a religion of hypocrisy because in one breath, we say that Christians and Jews are people of the book. And they're different than the pagans. And then in the other breath, we say that they're not going to paradise. They're all going to hell because they don't believe in Allah. She said, and I didn't know how to answer my mother. And I thought about it and it confused me. And this is why I tell you new shahadas and old Muslims too. This is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to stay away from debating the religion. Because when you're arguing and debating this religion with others, it's gonna, if you're not strong in your aqidah, your belief system, it's gonna cause you to question what you know, question yourself, and it'll put doubt in your heart. So I want you sisters to understand this. What is it that makes the Christians and the Jews non-believers? Is the fact that they do not worship Allah the way He legislated. They believe in the existence of Allah. They believe that Allah is the creator of all things. But they do not worship Him the way He commanded, nor do they believe that He's the only one worthy of worship. And that's why, even though they profess to believe in Him, they're still non-believers. Everybody understand that? If you truly love someone, you would obey them. If you truly believe in someone, you would obey them. Allah commands the Jews and the Christians. The 10 commandments are not just a part of Islam. You know, drinking, sex out of wedlock, fornication, adultery, lying, stealing. This is against their religion too. Homosexuality, that's against their religion too. But they choose to disregard it. They pick and choose what they want to believe of Allah. Oh, they believe in his existence, yes. But they don't believe that he's the only one worthy of worship, nor do they worship him as he commands. So, because of those two main factors, that's why none of them will be in paradise. You understand that? Because that makes them hypocrites. Y'all understand that? So don't get into these type of discussions with your family members. I mean, when you go around your family and you're new to Islam and they're having a hard time accepting you, you might want to distance yourself. Let your family members know that if you come over to visit, you don't want to discuss your religion with them. Okay? You want to come to visit them, to enjoy their company. And let them know if they're going to attack you because of your belief, then you're going to leave and you're going to stay away because your faith has not yet been founded hard enough in your heart for you to be able to handle that. So you might want to stay away from them for a minute. They'll eventually accept you. For the new shahadas, one thing about our family has unconditional love for us. And if they see that you are sincere about this way of life, they'll eventually come around to accepting it from you. Okay, so, remember, respect is not just given, it's earned. So you have to earn their respect by not indulging in debates and discussions about your newfound religion with them. Because all it's going to do is confuse you and cause you to second guess yourself. And you don't want to end up becoming another statistic of apostasy. Okay? All right. And that's what we're going to speak about today. I did post up on Facebook and YouTube the pages for everybody to review from the book entitled Diluting Wala Wal Bara. And this is the book written by, for those of you who are new, the book written by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. This is part of his trilogy, and it's a masterpiece, in my opinion. And everyone should get a copy of this book because it breaks down our belief system so well. And today what we're going to do is speak about how we can continue the journey of consciously showing allegiance to Allah. So let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen. And for the kids who are here, by the way, a couple of my grandkids are watching too. Hold on for a second. Nasir, this is for my grandson. Assalamu alaikum, Nasir. I sent you that $10. Okay? You did a good job going to school this week. I want you to take notes because I'm going to call you after the show and I'm going to ask you some questions about what I'm discussing. Okay? All right. So the kids should be watching me on TV. And by the way, we're on channel Sunnahfollowers. Turn on YouTube and go to my channel. It's Sunnahfollowers. Just type Layla Nashiba and we're live. You'll be able to see me on the big screen for the kids. And for the parents, take screenshots so you can print everything out and review with the kids later. So let me take this down. And my grandson, Nasir, I got my eyes on you. Oh, yeah. I'm an old lady. Girl, I got grandkids. I keep telling y'all I'm 62 years old. I look good. I know. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. But I'm 62. Yeah, my grandsons, they can fight. Yeah, let me put the PowerPoint up. Hold on for a second. Okay, let's do this right, guys. Okay, since I got the kids in, they want to see this. Look at this new setting I got for you guys. How do I put it on? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me. Oh, okay. Okay, there. This is down the street from where I live. Cuyahoga Falls. That's where Layla lives. Yeah, I got waterfalls all around me. This is down the street from me. You know, one of the waterfalls down the street from where I live. Yeah, Jayla took this for me and I made a video out of it. Yeah, this is Cuyahoga Falls. It's a lot of waterfalls here. Y'all look at that while I share the screen. Yeah, Carmetta know where this is. Yeah, let me share the screen. I drove past there yesterday when I went to get my Starbucks too. Okay, let me screen share it to you too. Let me do this. Y'all know I get confused. Let me put the PowerPoint up for, y'all give me a second. Technical difficulties. Y'all know Layla ain't got no help here. Hold on. Mail. I got to open this up. And it says no subject. I had to mail the PowerPoint to myself. Isn't that crazy? Because for some reason, this computer is not sharing with the other. Okay, open file. Okay, there it is. All right, here we go. So Zoom people, I'm sharing you first. You guys should be able to see it. And now the people on YouTube, here I come. Oh, why is this in the way? And what do I click on? This here. Oh, you know what? I think I found an easier way. Well, here we go. Click on this, click on that, and how to develop this. Here we go. Is it showing up on YouTube? Yeah, there it is. You guys see that? Okay. All right, let me make it bigger. Put it there. There we go. And let me get in here. The kids can see it. Okay. Slide. Hold on. Okay, everybody see it now? Is it showing up on YouTube? Do I have some help here? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. So here it is. Today we're covering pages 154 to 155. And this is the book, Diluting Wala Wal Bara. Okay, part 2, volume 2. And that's a picture of Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. You have a right to know who you're taking your knowledge from. So there's Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid, the author of this masterpiece. And there's yours truly. I just woke up when I took this picture. Hello, that was this morning, 10 o'clock. I was up at 10 o'clock, fresh. Hello, did my exercise and took a picture for y'all. That's as close to a smile as you'll get from me. Hello. Okay, so today we're going to speak about how to develop conscious love and allegiance for Allah. And let's take a look at this this chapter to see what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid had to say about it. Okay, recognizing and realizing Allah's blessings is essential in cultivating conscious love, which will form the essence of allegiance to Him, allegiance to His laws, allegiance to His religion, to His prophet, and to the other Muslims. And also recognizing the blessings of Allah will cause us to be able to distance ourselves from anything that stands between those things, especially since we're living in a world that's filled with more disappointments and hurt than anything else. You know, and this is something that's so true, guys. It's hard. It is hard to maintain love for Allah and allegiance to Him when you got so many disappointments in your personal life, your problems in your marriage, problems with your children, problems at the job. And then when you turn on the television, you see so much murder and pain and suffering going on in the world today. So it's hard to consciously maintain that allegiance. But there are certain things we can do, guys, that will help us to overlook the bad things in life and focus on the good. Remember, we went over the hadith where the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said there's good in everything. And he used to tell the companions, don't focus on the negativity so much. Look to see the good. And this will keep us more appreciative of Allah. This will cause us to take each day, day by day, and make the most of it. So there are some things that we can do that can help us to maintain this type of drive. And the first one is something that we talked about during Ramadan. Keep a journal. Remember, we talked about this during Ramadan. Keep a journal of gratitude. What is a journal of gratitude? Write down the things, at least 3 things that you are grateful for every day. I want everyone to do this. This is your homework for today. I want the children to do this too, because I'm going to tell y'all tomorrow, I'm going to ask you guys to give me 3 things that happened in your life today that you should be grateful for. Because if we focused on at least 3 things, this will cause us to become more mindful of Allah, and it'll also train us to not focus so much on the negativity. So everybody needs to keep a journal. I want you guys to buy a notebook and start keeping a journal of at least 3 things you're grateful for every day. I've been doing this. I can tell you what things I was grateful for yesterday. I can tell you already 3 things that happened today that I'm grateful for. I got a phone call from somebody I care about a lot. I'm grateful for that. I was grateful for the fact that I was able to pay my bills this month. All my bills were paid and they were auto pay. My auto payments went through. I didn't forget anything. I was also grateful for the fact that I'm able to bend more. When I did my exercises today, I recognized how I can go all the way to the floor without any pain. So I'm grateful for that. So I want you guys to keep a journal of at least 3 things that you are grateful for each day. And at the end of the week, you're going to look and see, wow, Allah is truly Akbar. Okay? Also, another way to recognize the blessings of Allah, especially living in a world that's filled with pain and disappointment, is to start each day off. And we talked about this during Ramadan too. Start each day off with Allah and end each day with Allah. When you wake up in the morning, thank Allah for putting your soul back in your body. Thank Allah for giving you another chance to earn His love, to earn His blessings. And then when you go to bed at night, before you go to bed, thank Allah for allowing you to live to see the evening. And express your gratitude to Him. Say the words He liked. What's the words He liked? We talked about during Ramadan. What are the phrases that Allah loved to hear? Let's see who can remember. Zoomers. What are the words of remembrance Allah loves to hear? How many of you remember what those words were? Exactly. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. That's one. What's another one? Allah. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Subhanallah Azim.
Yeah, Subhanallah Azim. That's another one. And this person here typed Allahu Akbar. Exactly. That's another one. You know, the simple words of remembrance. You know, say those in the morning. Say those before you go to bed. That will keep you in submission to Allah. That'll make you recognize that we should never take Allah for granted, that each day is special. Also, another thing that we can do that will help us to recognize the blessings of Allah living in a world filled with so much pain and hurt is to reflect on nature. That's what I was doing today. When I got up at 10 o'clock, I've been sitting there watching. It's been raining here. The weather is lovely. I live in Cleveland. Everybody teases. They say, ever since you moved here, Layla, we've had beautiful weather. Normally, it's blizzards this time of year. We had a good winter. We didn't have that much snow this year. And subhanAllah, it's been in the 80s for the past week or two. It's summertime here. It's raining right now, but it's a beautiful rain. I love to sit out on the patio and look at the rain and watch the clouds. You know, I wanted to be a meteorologist. Okay. Reflect on nature. Spend time in nature, reflecting on the beauty and the complexity of Allah's creation. Look at the flowers, the vastness of the sky. Look at the intricacies of a snowflake, a raindrop. Take time to smell the roses, guys. And this will cause us to be more appreciative of Allah's bounties, of Allah's blessings. And this will help us to develop a love for Him, trust in Him, allegiance to Him and His way of life. Subhanallah. And again, another thing we can do to develop this allegiance to Allah is to send blessings upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because remember, when we declare La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, we're also declaring allegiance to the Prophet Muhammad. So learn and recite the different supplications that our prophet taught us and send blessings, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon him throughout the day. Remember, whenever any of us sends blessings upon the prophet, you know, the angels of mercy, they go back up and share that with the angel Jibril. And the angel Jibril lets the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam know that so-and-so sent blessings upon you. And also another thing that we should do, again, take a moment each day to count the good things that's happened to us in our life. Take a moment each day to count the good things. I can see, I can hear, my health is good, I can walk. I got all my fingers. I have all my toes. I got all my teeth. Alhamdulillah. A lot of people got bad teeth, especially my father's people. I'm sorry. Arabs got a problem with their teeth. Alhamdulillah, I don't have that problem. I got all my teeth. You know, be thankful that you got hair on your head. Some people don't. Be thankful that you can pay your bills, that you got a car, that you live in a nice area. Take the time to count the blessings you have. And this will cause you to submit to Allah. More things we can do. Help people in need. Remember, guys, we talked about how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said one of the signs that Allah loves you is He will cause the people to need you. So we should engage in charity, helping others. Even if it's just the members in our home, help your mother with the cooking. Help your mother to clean the house. Take the garbage out. Help your neighbors when you go to the grocery store. Knock on the old lady's door next to you and ask her, does she need anything from the store? You're going to the store. You want to check to see if she needs anything. Engage in charitable actions and kindness towards others. This will keep our hearts soft. And as long as our heart remains soft, the light of the fitra within us will continue to be bright. Okay? And also recite and reflect on the Quran. When you hear the Quran being recited, pay attention to the verses. Ponder the meaning of them. When you come to my classes, I always have a verse of the Quran or two that I break down for you. After class, go read those verses. Read it in the Arabic to work on your tajweed, and then ponder the meaning of it in English or whatever language you speak, and figure out how that verse relates to you, how you can apply that verse to your life. And always be mindful of our prayers. Again, we talked about that during Ramadan. Performing those 5 prayers every day keeps us under the umbrella of protection from Allah. Okay, Allah with Allah. We're under Allah's protection. Okay, and make sure you're wearing your hijab and not doing any deliberately disobeying Allah. And always continue to seek knowledge. You want to make sure that you attend all my classes. I have classes throughout the day. You know, to try to get your interest. So if rather than turning on the television, you can turn on the channel Sunnahfollowers and learn about Allah, learn about His deen. And also develop a positive mindset. You know, we're so negative, you know, as human beings. And so many of us, our fitra within us has died. So we're just negative people. We're always complaining. We're always looking at the bad side of things. We never got a kind word to say. We're suspicious of each other. You know, do away with that negativity and develop a positive mindset. Focus on, well, give another Muslim the benefit of the doubt. Don't be so quick to think the worst of that sister. Give that sister the benefit of the doubt. So these are some things that we can do, guys, that will help us to develop conscious love for Allah and conscious allegiance to Him. Right, in our daily routine. Well, being conscious of Allah and having that allegiance to Him, to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Muslims in general, and this religion, these are noble principles. And when we embrace these principles, our acts of devotion take on a profound meaning. You will find your prayers become more meaningful to you. Instead of just rushing through your salats, you will notice that you're taking your time with them. You will also notice that you're more aware of when the salat comes in. Whereas before, you didn't care if it was time to pray. Now you're more conscious of it because you have this closeness to Allah. You're developing this love for Him. So instead of being negligent in your prayers, you're going to want to pray. And when you pray, you're going to put your all into it. Why? Because of that allegiance to the Creator. Why? Because you understand what your purpose is in life. Why? Because you know that you were created to prove to Allah that you do believe in Him. Why? Because you are aware now that to find its way back home to Allah. So you will enter into your prayers with better concentration, and you will take the time to perform all the positions correctly. Subhanallah. And also, not only will you notice the difference in how you're performing your prayers, But you're going to also realize that your lifestyle is changing. You are no longer wanting to be around those people that you used to be around who didn't take the religion seriously. You'll find yourself making excuses to not go to family gatherings since the people don't accept your way of life. When we hate the things that displeases Allah, this is what causes us to distance ourselves from actions and people that contradict our values. Okay? And through distancing ourselves, we purify our intentions. Because again, we understand what we were put here on this earth to do. So again, guys, these are the benefits of having allegiance to Allah and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the deen, and distancing ourselves from anything that comes between it. I know a couple of the new shahadas was sharing with us yesterday how they've changed their whole set of friends. One sister said she used to attend the mosque, and she used to there was a study group that they had at her mosque where, you know, the women would come together and read hadiths, but they would give their opinion as to what the hadiths meant. They would twist the hadiths around. So now that she sees the danger in that, she doesn't go there anymore. She said instead she attends the hadith classes here with me because I'm giving you guys the explanation, the true meaning, and the examples from the companions and all of that. And that's because her fitra has been awakened. That's because she's developing that allegiance to Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad, and to this religion. And I'm so proud of you for that. So now let's see how well you guys understood what I talked about today. I'm going to give you a quiz. And I hope I got somebody on, one of my moderators can give me the answers from the people on YouTube. Okay, because I won't be able to see their answers. Here's the first question. What are some things that you can do daily that will help you to focus on the blessings of Allah instead of crying over the disappointments in your life? Who would like to start us off?
You could look at some of the things that's good in your life, like saying, for instance, you breathe in, you woke up, and also that you have your eyes and your ears, and just all the blessings that Allah have blessed you with. You can look into that instead of
Exactly. And one of the sisters, a lot of us suffer with anxiety. Y'all know I suffer with anxiety. You guys know it. I take Laxapro. Everybody knows. Oh, I ain't got a problem. Take your meds. Those of you who are on medication for anxiety, take your meds. It helps. Okay? And also, you know, when I find myself becoming worried or anxious, because I can get into my head about things. Oh, yeah. If things are not happening like they should be for me, oh, I'll start getting into my head. So some of the things that I do is I sit down and just think, you know, wait a minute, Layla, you know, don't allow yourself to get into that anxiety, because that's going to take you into depression. And once you hit depression, ain't no coming back. So one of the ways to keep yourself from going into depression if you suffer with anxiety, guys, is to count your blessings, to focus on the good things in your life. That'll keep you from falling down that ladder of depression. Good job. What's something else we can do that will help us to focus on the good?
This is Yasna. My answer is prayer and deeds.
Say it again, baby. Get closer to the mic.
This is Yasna, and my answer is prayer and deeds.
Her answer is doing what, guys?
Prayer and good deeds.
Mashallah, exactly. Praying and doing good deeds. Good deeds like what? What do you do around the house? Give us an example of some of the good deeds you do.
Help mom cleaning.
You see that? She helps her mom clean up. Exactly. Helping her mom clean up. Doing good deeds like that. Being kind to her sister, helping her sister with her homework or things like that. Combing her sister's hair for her. Helping her sister, to brush her teeth. Little things like that, will help us to focus, to be rounded enough to focus on the good things in life instead of always crying over the bad. Good job. What's some more things we can do? Good
You have
job.
some answers?
Oh, go ahead, sister.
No, go ahead, Sister.
No, I
Yvonne.
was about to read the one on YouTube, but go ahead, read it for her.
That's what I was going to do. Okay. We have some answers on YouTube from Sister A. Kiz. Journaling the good. Also, Fatma Abdullah says, by saying Alhamdulillah for all the good things that happened. Sister Halima says, being thankful for simply being able to wake up in the morning knowing Allah gave you a chance. Sister Jamila says, while doing my exercise this morning, subhanAllah, Allah blessed me to take my time and stand up. Fatma Abdullah said, by looking at everything around you that Allah gives us, like enjoying the good, whether we are having the rain.
Exactly. All of those, y'all hit it. All of that. All of those things, guys, they help us, to develop that love for Allah, and they take our mind off of that negative stuff that can depress us. Instead of watching television, watching the news, a lot of the Muslims today are messed up because of what's going on the news, with the news in the world. Don't watch the news anymore. Cut the television off. No more Gaza. No more looking at that stuff because you can't handle it. Okay? It's depressed you. So instead of looking at what's going on in Gaza, look outside at the rain, at the sun, the moon, the stars. Look at the good things around you. Because I'm telling you guys, if we cry over the disappointments in life, if we cry over the bad things in life, we fail our test. Because the Lord told us he's going to send trials. He's going to send more bad things than good. We'll have moments of goodness, but most things we encounter in life will be bad. It's deliberate. Allah deliberately did this because he wants us to see that he's in control. And he wants us to understand that if we handle the bad things with dignity and humility, that they purify us of our sins. SubhanAllah, good answers. I'm so proud of y'all. What about this question? Who can give some examples of righteous hatred? Let me reword this. I was typing and talking on the phone when I did this. For the kids, let me make it a little nicer. Who can give me some examples of disassociation? Of good disassociation. You want to disassociate from things that go against allegiance to Allah, the Prophet, and the religion. So give me some examples of good disassociation. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to do it nicely for the kids. Yeah.
So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that you become like the people you hang around with. You become like the friends you keep. So picking your friends wisely, staying away from bad people that want you to do things that Allah doesn't like smoking, listening to music, just keeping bad company. So staying away from that. Those are the things Allah hates. So staying away from that would be an example of righteous hatred.
MashaAllah, exactly. Being selective in who you hang around. Let me tell y'all something. A sister, I received a phone call a couple of days ago. My ear is itching. This oil I'm using really itches. But a sister called me. Now, this is a woman that I used to work with years ago. She converted to Islam. And, but even though she converted to Islam, she's not somebody I like to hang around because she still has a lot of jahiliyyah in her, you know? And, you know, I don't want to get, we're all human and we all are weak. She gave me a call a few days ago and she said, oh, Sister Layla, she said, I'm coming up to Cleveland. She's coming up here for something, some game. You know, I'm not into sports. I don't even know. Is it basketball, football? Somebody playing a team here. I don't know. But she got tickets to come up here for one of them games or something. And she said, I was hoping we could hook up. I told her, no, I'm busy. I'm sorry, which I am. I wasn't lying. Y'all know I got classes every day. I ain't got time to be hanging out. I got a class at 6 every day and 9 o'clock. That don't leave, and I got to be able to sleep and do PowerPoint. So I told her I'm too busy. It's just that I don't have no desire to hang out with. What am I going to do? What's there to talk about? I don't work anymore. We can't talk about the job because I don't care about the job. And I don't want to hear about her escapades because my life's, even though she's Muslim, she ain't practicing like me. My lifestyle ain't like hers. You know, and I don't feel like getting weak. You hang around people like that, they weaken you. I need to be around people who strengthen me. So we have to be careful, guys. We very selective in who we choose to hang around with, especially, you know, if you're a single woman. Okay, no woman likes to be by herself. We learn to accept it because it's the qadr of Allah, but I still am a woman. I don't need to be around no woman talking about how she goes out on dates. I don't need to hear that garbage. It's haram. You know you ain't supposed to be doing that anyway. So we have to be very careful and selective of the company that we keep. Good job. What's another example? Go ahead.
I also said when your family is having a birthday party of one of their children, and when they invite you, you tell them you can't attend, and you choose to give them a gift another time or another day on your own time, not on a certain day that they wanted you to give a gift to the child.
Exactly. That's another great example of righteous distancing. You know, a lot of these Muslims today are caught up in this birthday stuff, you know, and telling them that it's haram, they don't want to hear that. So to keep the peace, you just say, look, I'm not coming over. I got something else to do, but I'll see you on another day. You know, that's a good example of righteous distancing. You know, Allah says, don't sit in the company. Do not sit in the company of people who do wrong. Because if Allah sends a lightning bolt, that lightning bolt's gonna get you too, because you had no business there. So that's another good example. Good job. What's another example of righteous distancing? Anyone else? Any questions on Facebook or YouTube? Oh, my ears.
Yeah, you have Sister Fatima Abdullah. She also mentions keep company with those who are doing what you are doing with positive energy, who are following the Quran and Sunnah. Also, Sister Jamila said being around relatives who don't understand Islam and they make bad comments. I will correct them, but if they refuse to change their ways, I will walk away from them.
Oops, good job. Exactly. This is great, guys. Exactly. We have to be very, very careful, you know, of the choices we make in our everyday life. You know, this is the how free will works. This gift that Allah gave us, that we took on when the rest of the creation refused it, except for the jinn. We chose the gift of free will, the gift of being able to make our own choices and our own decisions in life. Subhanallah, Allah is going to ask us about the choices we make, guys. He's going to ask us, why did you choose to go to that birthday party when you know it was haram? Why did you choose them over me? Why did you choose, to smoke the cigarettes? Why did you choose to not make your prayers at the mosque, etc., etc.? The choices we make in this world, will come back to haunt us when we in that grave. The choices we make in this world will come to haunt us when we stand before Allah. So we have to be very, very, very cautious when it comes to our decision making in this world. Good job. You guys gave some pretty good answers. And like I said, this is what, it's all about, because we're going through some very, very harsh times. Allah is testing us. Allah is testing the Muslims all over the world to see, where we are in our faith, where we are in our practice. And like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, faith will manifest itself. Faith will manifest itself. Your belief will manifest itself at the first strike of a calamity. And there's different branches of faith. Patience is just one branch. That's that hadith about the woman when he told her to have patience. The entire hadith is faith. Faith consists of over 70 odd branches. Patience is just one. So you get to see how strong a Muslim is in their belief in Allah at their reaction when something bad happens. And I'm telling you, what we see today from Muslims, it ain't pretty. What the Muslims in general are showing us today, this hatred against each other, this killing of each other, cursing each other, damning each other, disparate treatment, not caring about nobody but one part of the world. We are really showing how lacking we truly are in our iman. Okay, mashallah, you guys did pretty good. I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Are there any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Go ahead with them, inshallah. And while you guys type, let me figure this program. They done changed. Look at this. This moves around. Oh, I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, any questions? Go ahead. Type them now. Oh, wow. Oh, look, y'all. Okay, I can do this. Yeah. Okay, the brother here is asking about the prayer again. Oh, go ahead. Yes. Okay, yes. And I did, alhamdulillah, Dr. Jamali, I did put some shorts out. Dr. Jamali spoke about, made a little lecture about common mistakes that people make in the prayer. And one of the things he talked about is how you're not supposed to move until the imam moves. Do you understand? Okay, so when the imam moves, then that's when you move. Don't move before him. And yes, that can invalidate your prayer. If you're moving before the imam does, that can invalidate your prayer. Yeah, so look at the shorts. Go to my YouTube channel, click on the tab that says shorts, and look at those shorts that I made of Dr. Jamali speaking about that and other issues, other common mistakes that many of us make in the prayer. Yeah, you move after the imam, not before him. Okay, go ahead. Another question? Go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Okay, he's also typing here. Let me see what else. Wait till he finishes it. Okay, he's saying that he did listen. He heard Dr. Jamali Short about speaking during the khutbah. And he said that Dr. Jamali said when you speak during the khutbah, you have to make dua. He's right. That's true. This is a big sacrilege I see. Oh yeah. I'm so glad that Dr. Jamali did that. That's why I put that one as a short. Because I see that a lot when I'm streaming the khutbahs. Exactly. If you say, like the hadith says, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you tell somebody to be quiet, if you go, shh, you've lost the reward. So that includes saying alhamdulillah. If I can't say shh, then I can't yell out alhamdulillah either. Or whatever. What the brother is asking here is, he said when he goes to Juma, sometimes when the imam is mentions the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you'll hear a lot of the brothers say out loud sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, they done broke it. Exactly. They're not supposed to do that. You can say it to yourself, but not out loud. There's no talking during the khutbah at all. There's not supposed to be any talking during the khutbah at all, not even to say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, so that's correct. If they do that, they have to make dua. They have to make dua over. Exactly. Yeah, when you go to the Juma khutbah, when the imam starts talking, you say nothing until he's done. You brothers understand that? And that's another one of the reasons why I don't go to Juma, because the women never shut up. If y'all could be on the women's side, you would never hear the khutbah, because the women just talk. They gossip. The kids are running around screaming. That's why I don't waste my time going to nobody's khutbah. I stream. If I want to watch a khutbah, I watch it online. Hello. Because you would never hear anything on the women's side, because that's all the women, they talk from beginning to end. And they're bad children. Oh God, those kids are horrible. Yes. Yeah, we Muslims have to get control over our children. I'm telling you, some of you got some horrible children. They have no manners. And that's not even talking about the coughing and sneezing, and they don't cover their mouth. COVID. Huh. Yeah, that's why I don't go to Juma. I stay home. That's my blessings as a woman. But you brothers need to go to the Juma prayer, but no talking. You wait till the khutbah. You cannot talk during the khutbah. Not even to say sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Sister Layla?
Yes, go ahead.
So what about like when we're during the prayer, the Juma prayer, and we're like switching positions? Do we miss out on the reward if we say Allahu Akbar?
No, that's the prayer. We're talking about the khutbah. The khutbah is the talk that the imam does. You cannot talk during his talk. The prayer is different.
Okay, thank you.
You understand, guys? The khutbah is when the imam is giving his lecture, there's no talking. Not even to say shh. Not to say nothing, none of that. Yeah.
Someone on YouTube is saying the sisters at the mosque I attend will say Ameen while the imam is making dua during the khutbah.
Well, yeah, well, the women, they talk all, like I say, the women have no respect. Women are just, I don't even know why they go to the mosque. Women just, they talk, laughing during the khutbah, everything else. The last khutbah I went to was 2 years ago. I went to a khutbah, and guess whose khutbah it was? Dr. Ibrahim Jamali. Dr. Jamali came to Cleveland, and I went to see him. He was giving a khutbah. I didn't hear nothing. He was on the TV screen. All I could see was him moving and talking. Couldn't hear nothing because the women were laughing, talking. Some of the women were crying. I don't know what that was about. They was banging their head on the wall, crying. I don't know what that was about. The kids running around, screaming, hollering, and rolling all over you. Last khutbah. I said, no more. Last Juma, no more. Yeah, so women, yeah, it's just bad, you know. I don't even know why these mosques allow the women to come. I'm gonna be honest. My thing is bring back Umar, radiallahu anhu. Umar stopped the women from coming to the mosque. He said, since you women don't know how to dress, you women don't know how to behave and act, ain't no women coming to the mosque for Juma no more. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Go ahead.
Sister Layla, I have a question. Okay, so this person wants to know if she came on her period, like say for instance, she came on her period at Asr and she didn't get to make Isha. When she comes back, when she comes off of her period, do she make Isha and then start Fajr and all the rest? Or how would she start back on?
She started her period, didn't get a chance to make Isha?
Yeah.
Yeah, she makes the Isha. Because
first.
Whatever prayer that she didn't get to pray because her period came on, she makes that prayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a question on YouTube. Is it okay to offer the 2 rak'at during the khutbah?
Those 2 rakats are for the masjid. Yes, they can pray them, but that's not talking. When you doing that, you're not talking. Yeah. The 2 rakats for the mosque, yes, you can pray the 2 rakats for the mosque. And those 2 rakats don't require you screaming and hollering and talking. They're said silently anyway. Those are silent prayers. Those are not loud prayers. They're silent. Yeah, we can't talk during the khutbah, guys. Yeah.
I have another question. First question. If you work 62 miles away from your home, and you have to go there morning, basically you drive 62 miles to work, come back 62 miles. Can you combine your prayers?
Okay, again, we get these questions all the time. Just like your period, a woman's menses is not determined by the amount of days that she bleeds. The 4 imams got that wrong. I tell y'all that all the time. Ain't none of them got it right. The same with traveling. The 4 imams got that wrong too. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not say that travel is based on mileage. As the companions, Ibn Abbas and Ibn Umar and Aisha, may Allah bless them all, explain. A traveler is a person that leaves their regular place of residence to go to another part of the earth that is not the part of their regular residence. So it's not based on mileage. Okay, if you have to drive someplace to a place that is not part of your regular residence, you can combine your prayer. And Allah knows best. It's not based on mileage. It's based on my residence. I live here. This is a place of familiarity for me. I know I live here. If it's not a place that you live or not a place of your familiarity, then you can combine. Allah made this religion easy. We make it hard by not understanding it properly. Okay, and Allah knows best. Those are the 2 issues the 4 imams didn't get right. They didn't get that menses right. Makes sense. They weren't women. Okay, and they didn't get that mileage right. Makes sense. They didn't get to meet Ibn Abbas. They didn't get to meet Ibn Umar to find out the truth. Okay, those are the 2 things they didn't get right. Okay.
Question on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
If you talk during a khutbah do you have to remake the Dhuhr prayer?
Yes, that's what
after a
you
couple
have to
days
make.
passed?
You have to make Dhuhr because the Juma prayer is Dhuhr prayer. But if you sitting there running your mouth during the Kuch bar, you done lost the reward. You got to go make Dhuhr because you didn't. It's like you didn't do nothing. That's how horrific a sin that is. That's why you brothers and sisters need to stop that. A lot of y'all go to Juma and you got to redo it. You got to redo Dhuhr prayer. And Dhuhr prayer is 4 rakats. It's only 2 if the imam is leading you on Friday. Since you blew the reward of the imam leading you on Friday, then you got to get up and make 4 rakats. Over because you missed out on Dhuhr. Because you ran your mouth. That's why I say you got to stop these women. That's why I don't go to the mosque. These women need to shut up.
Next question on YouTube, Brother Tariq. During Ramadan, a brother missed the Isha prayer and joined us when we began the first 2 rakahs of Taraweeh. After we finished, he stood up and prayed 2 more to match it, to make it Isha.
No, that is not acceptable. I want you guys to realize that the voluntary deeds do not take precedence over the obligatory ones. Before you make Taraweeh is a voluntary prayer. You don't have to ever in your life pray it. But Isha is an obligatory prayer. If you don't pray Isha, you going to hell. This is one of the number 1 ways that Shaitan is going to take a lot of us to hell. There's a hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, many of the people in my nation will be doing time in hell because of their neglectfulness of the prayers. They were too focused on the voluntary deeds. And that's when he gave an example. A man stays up all night praying Taraweeh. That's what Taraweeh is, night prayer. A man is up all night praying a night prayer, but he doesn't wake up for Fajr. Your night prayer was not accepted. And you're going to go to hell for missing Fajr. Okay, and this happens, no, Allah is not going to reward you for any of your voluntary deeds unless you complete the obligatory. The same with this fasting the month of Shawwal, fasting the days of Shawwal. You are not going to get no credit for them if you don't make up Ramadan. On the day of judgment, Allah is not going to ask you anything about Taraweeh. On the day of judgment, he's not going to ask you anything about Shawwal. But he is going to ask you about Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. And he is going to ask you about fasting Ramadan. So no, how can you do a voluntary act if you ain't completed the obligatory? You have to do Isha first and then do any voluntary prayers during the night. So this is wrong. That person that didn't make Salat, his Taraweeh was not accepted, and neither was his Isha, because he didn't make Isha. Isha is not 2 rakats. Isha is 4 rakats. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, pray as I pray. Isha consists of 4 rakats, not 2. So that person didn't get no reward for nothing, and he needs to repent. Otherwise, Allah is going to take it out of his soul. Oh, yeah. So, and I have to make it graphic because I know as a daya how Shaitan does. He makes us get all into the voluntary stuff, knowing that we ain't going to get no reward for none of that if we didn't do the obligatory. We can't fall in for the traps of Shaitan. That's one of Shaitan's biggest traps that he lays for us. And we fall for it every time. Yes. Any other questions?
No, that's it on YouTube.
Okay, brothers on Twitch, that's it for you guys too? I got a lot of brothers on Twitch. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. He said he has another question. Go ahead. And by the way, guys, don't forget this Friday for my Q&A show, the Call In and Ask Sister Layla live show. You know, bring your questions about Islam, and also my topic, I'm going to be discussing a problem that we have here in America. A lot of foreign men. I'm talking young men. I'm talking in their 20s. Are trying to marry older women in America. And I'm talking women over the age of 50. This is a big problem here. Young boys from Africa trying to marry women in their 50s. Some of them for green cards. In fact, most of them seeking a green card. Some of them end up falling in love with the woman. Okay? But that's a big problem going on, especially on social media. You know, men that's browsing the Facebook pages looking at women over the age of 50. We got a brother here. We got a brother on Facebook. Y'all see what happened? You see that, Ifty? You can't look, Ifty. Look,
No, I didn't.
look. We got one. Here's one on Facebook. He said, I love them too. Yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about. These young brothers like this one here. Trying to marry these older Muslim. Oh, I've had them too. I don't know what it is about you 20-year-old men, boys trying to marry older women. They say they're looking for a Khadijah. We're going to talk about that. Let me show y'all the commercial. Brother David, subhanallah. Oh, wait a minute. Here he look, if he said real love. Brother David, make sure you here Friday for that show. And make sure you join our Zoom room so you can get on the mic and talk. Yeah, we do got some of these young brothers that's in their 20s like Brother David. They looking for 50-year-old women for real love. We're going to talk about that. But there are some other ones that's trying to be, you know, scrubs.
Sister Pamela said that's a lie. They're looking for money.
Maybe I'll get Mukhtar in here. Okay, he's 48. Brother David say he's 48 looking for a 50-year-old woman. Okay.
All right.
Mashallah. That's better. That's not so bad, Brother David. That's not so bad. But we got some 20-year-olds, 20-year-old men marrying 50, 60, even 70-year-old women. You know, that's going to be our topic. Yeah, 48's not bad, Brother David. That's good. That's going to be the topic on Friday. Brother David, make sure you here. And you can get on the microphone in our Zoom room. I might see if Brother Mukhtar want to be a part of that Q&A. You know. He said that's child abuse. Yep. That's right. Can y'all believe it's happening though? It's happening. These 20-year-old, and you'd be surprised how many of these 60, 70-year-old women end up marrying them. That's going to be our topic this Friday, inshallah. All right. Any other questions or comments? Yeah, we got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. I'm telling y'all, life, we're living in those days of fitin. Life is not easy for us as Muslims. We got some terrible stuff happening here. All right, guys, at 9 o'clock. What's my class at 9? Okay, yeah, at 9 o'clock, we have the articles of belief. And we're going to be speaking. I'll finish up the chapter on what happens in the grave. That's going to be we're going to finish up the chapter. And I did post up the pages from the book, Articles of Belief. So inshallah, guys, I'm going to log out right now. And I'll be back on at 9. Make sure you guys read the pages for the Articles of Belief. So when I come back, I'm going to give y'all a quiz too today. So we're going to finish up that chapter on the hereafter. And then I'm going to give you a quiz. All right, so I'm going to log out for right now. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.